Right, so how's the week been reacting from the Crawley defeat? Obviously a couple of referee decisions that went against you in that one. How's it been?
Well, the week's been fine. The training's not an issue. Working with the players is not a problem because the players train well and they're always in good spirits. I feel that even though it's been a difficult season, it's been a poor season, but the players normally, even after a defeat, when they come in the following week, they're always ready to get on with the work. So there's been no problem in that respect.
And more or less one win could do it for you in terms of safety. Is it important to get it done sooner rather than later?
Well, with the points that we've thrown away and with decisions that's gone against us, then we should be safe now, but we're not. And we must try and get the points as early as possible. But whenever they come, then nobody can say, because nobody can predict football, and you only have to look at the top level at the Champions League this week. Nobody can predict football, and that's why you can't say how many points you'll need. You can't say if the other teams are going to win their games. Nobody can predict that.
Is it important to make sure that your team also go by those principles as well and know that themselves?
I think the players would be silly if they didn't know, because it's such a big prize at stake, and they know how important it is to stay in the division, and it's been stressed, for the last few months. But they've got to try and handle that pressure, and they've got to get on with playing and try and get the points.
And a big blow at left back. Montano's obviously out for the season. You've not really got many recognised left backs in the squad. How are you going to approach that?
Well, obviously we had a squad that didn't have a left back originally, and then we've had people who's filled in all season, of which you'd have to say that Monty was doing a really good job there. So we couldn't ill afford to lose him, but obviously you can't legislate for injuries or decisions that go against you. But you're hoping at some stage that we're going to get a bit of luck.
And Lincoln are the team you come up against next. They're on fire at the moment, unbeaten in 6. They've won the Checker Trade Trophy final at Wembley. How are you going to combat them? We know you know them well from your days in non-league.
No, we know that this is a difficult test. Anybody who faces Lincoln has a difficult game. You know that they're going to be, they'll always be up for the game. They will always be disciplined and organised, and they'll fight till the finish to get a result. And you're going to have to be at your best to beat them. You're going to need to get everybody playing well. You need them to carry out the job, but you also need to get the decisions in your favour as well. And obviously it was a big decision against us when we played Lincoln the last time, and we can ill afford to get any more like that against us.
Are you surprised at what they've been doing this season?
Not surprised, no, not surprised at all. Obviously know the players that they've got. They've obviously managed to keep what obviously the manager feels is his best players and add to the squad. You can't keep all your players obviously at the level that we're at, and I'm sure he didn't want to lose Sean Raggett, but they've strengthened, and they've had fantastic success. So you can't argue with that, because everybody wants to do the same, and you've got to give them all the praise, because they've done a really good job.
And they're going to come in their numbers. The fans, the Lincoln fans, are going to come in their numbers here. How important is it for your fans to really get behind the team and sort of combat their atmosphere?
Well, it's very difficult for our supporters, because they've had such a desperate run over the last few years, and another poor season this season. But they have to stick by us, and there's a noticeable difference in the atmosphere between the Chesterfield game and the Crawley game. But Saturday, obviously with Lincoln bringing a number of fans, then there's going to be a better atmosphere. But as I say, we've got to try and generate support by what we do on the pitch.
And finally, Anton Forrest has been back in the goals for the reserves. Is he going to get a look in?
I don't know. What do you think?
It's not for me to decide.
No, I know what I'm going to play, but I'm not obviously going to tell you the team now.